Hello there, this is Kirk from NCSP and welcome to our second video tutorial. What we're going to have a look at today is just playing about inside the actual BBEM interface. So let's go ahead and double click our icon to open up the software. And if you remember from our previous session, BBEM actually starts in this window here, and we're going to change that so that we get back to a full screen experience. So let's go to View. And I'm going to change my monitor type to green. Go back to View again and turn the speed and frames per second off. Back to Options, hide cursor. And if you remember from the previous session, the keyboard shortcut that we can use to make this application run full screen is by holding down the Alt key and then pressing the return key like that. So let's just try typing something in now. Let's just type in hello and press the return key, and we get an error message back. What we could do now, let's try asking the computer a question, because children are very familiar with just going into Google, typing in a question or some keywords and getting some kind of response back. So let's try that now. So what is the capital of England? And remembering our question mark at the end. Once again, we get an error message come back, mistake. The computer doesn't understand what we're actually trying to do. Let's try putting in a number now. Let's put in 123. And this time we haven't got an error message. So the computer likes numbers for some reason, but we're not sure why yet. I'd like to actually write a message on the screen. So maybe I can write hello world and put an exclamation mark. Oh, sorry. Put an exclamation mark at the end there. Again, we get mistake. Let's try putting some speech marks around what we would like to write out on the screen. But the computer's still not happy. It doesn't like that. Well, okay, our computer's getting a little bit, our screen's getting a little bit messy now. So let's try clearing the screen. So clear the screen. And this time we've got a different message. We've actually got a syntax error come up. So let's just try the word clear. And that seems to be a command that the computer likes, even though it hasn't behaved in the way that we expect it to. So let's try CLS and press return. And wow, okay, there we go. So CLS, it's the first command that we've used that the computer understands, and it's actually produced quite a dramatic effect. So we've still got this problem about writing something out on screen. Well, instead of using the command write, the command that we use is print. So we want to print something out on the screen. I'd like to start with hello world. Okay, and we've got another message, no such variable. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about this at this point, but basically what that's trying to do, it's trying to find a piece of data that is stored in a box called hello world. All I want it to do is actually print those two words out on the screen. So let's try using the print command again, and this time I'm going to use a speech mark, hello world, exclamation mark. And you can see I deliberately missed off the last speech mark there, but the computer is giving me a piece of feedback that I can then use to try and correct the mistake that I've made. So this time let's try print, first speech mark, hello world, exclamation mark, and enclose with a final speech mark. And there we go. We've actually managed to print a message out on the screen. And you'll find that children will be quite happy in the first session, just printing out little messages to each other. So print, I am really cool. There we go. And now we're using the correct syntax for the print command.